Welcome back to Oak and Honey Farms, and today is Brew Day. Well, today we are going to be making two kits that are identical. Normally I'll put my own kits together, but today we're testing something new. We are
brewing Yarrow.
Ooh. Yarrow has been used a lot through,
There you
prior to the modernization of the hops. Bittering agents.
It's also preservative.
Where other bittering agents were used in its stead. Most notably, well, Yarrow,
Meadowsweet,
mugwort. But today we're going to be focusing on Yarrow because it was the most commonly used bittering agent, so we're going to try it out. We're going to make one the old-fashioned way, well, the new old-fashioned way, using the hops provided with the kit, and then we're going to add our own hopping agent with the Yarrow and taste them side by side. At most, I'm going to have, a very obvious difference that's really awesome, and at least, I'm going to end up with 4 cases of beer. So, and that's always a plus. Now, Yarrow is a very common just field flower. You'll find it basically anywhere on eastern United States, western United States, everywhere. It does have a cultivated cousin, but the wild Yarrow is what you really want to look for. The cultivateds tend to be colored, but wild, you're going to have all white flowers. They're very distinctive. They're almost like a Queen Anne's lace, but they have oblong-shaped flower heads. And they have the fern-like leaves. And of course, it has some really awesome medicinal qualities. So just check out the link for my wife's video on all of its medicinal qualities. It's good stuff. But let's get started. So how are you prepping these guys?
I am just cutting off the fight over the water table. Just taking my knife and putting it right at the bottom of the flowers. My bag keeps moving in the wind. And just gently pushing down against the blade, but mainly just pulling. So I'm trying not to get the stem. I want more of the flower top aromatic bit. And we're going to
use those late in the boil.
I'm saving the leaves. We'll strip them off the stems. And we're going to use the leaves in the early boil, but probably not all of them. The rest will be dried for our medicine cabinet.
Awesome. Alright, here are my two kits. I chose for this to do a Hefeweizen. These are very light flavored beers, and they have a low bitter, so really taste the grain that you put in. The reason why I want to do that is because I wanted to taste the Yarrow. So this is what's called an extract. I'm not doing a full grain, but the reason why I want to do a kit was for one very important reason: consistency. I want both the beers to be exactly the same, except for the hops that I use. So it looks like we got some flavor malt, some malted grains, a big bottle of liquid malt extract, and our hops. We've got 1 ounce of Tettnang and a little grain sock. Alright, let's get this party started. Alright, so the first thing we got to do, we got to start with a clean operation. We're going to be washing all of our buckets and tools. Anything that's going to go into the beer wort mixture is going to be washed with soap and sanitized with Star Sand. It's my favorite stuff. Any sort of acid sanitizer will do, but this is great. You don't even have to do that great of a job washing it out. As they say, don't fear the foam. There we go. 1 ounce. 1 ounce goes in. Okay. Now we fill. This will be our sanitizing solution. 30 seconds in here. No more bugs. So I got my burner set up here, and I've got about 3 gallons of water ready to boil. We're shooting for a temperature of about 150. And that's what we're going to start our grain steep. All right, we are on. We are cracked. All right, we are lit and blue. All right. All right. So while this is getting warm, let's get everything prepped. When running an extract, usually you add some specialty grains just to give them extra flavor, extra body, color. I'm just going to tie this guy off. And these are going to steep just like a tea bag. Now that we've hit our target temp, we're going to tie our little tea bag off here. Alright, and we're just going to monitor the temperature for about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 20, depending on how I'm feeling. And as long as it doesn't get too much warmer, I'm just going to sit here and make some really loose oatmeal. Alright, well, since our 20 minutes is up, let's take a look at what we got here. Alright, you can see grains started to release all the good sugars and everything, so that's going to increase the amount of malt coming out, which will give it its own special flavor. Yeah. There we go. This is still really hot, and it's a good idea to not squeeze this too hard. Otherwise, you're going to get some tannins out of it. Most people tell you not to squeeze it all, but you know what? Got to get a little bit of that extra sugar out. Now we're just going to hang this up and let this cool. That's going to cool off, and the best part about it, this can go straight to the chickens, and they're going to love it. If you don't have anything that's going to eat these things, like pigs or horses or any kind of livestock, it goes in the compost just nice. And it's already mostly broken down. Now that we've got our wort started, it's time to get the boil on. Time to bring her up to a boil. Alright, while this comes up to a boil, we're going to be adding in our sugars. This particular kit came with 2 types of sugars. You got 1 pound of dried malt extract, or just barley sugar, and this is 6 pounds of liquid malt extract, or just wheat sugars. These are all going to go in and get mixed up. I like to add these during the heat up phase, just to make sure that it doesn't burn. We're going to stir it constantly while we're adding this. Oh, it's like caramel.
Pour it in?
Yep, just slowly. Slowish. Oh, it smells so good.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Alright, we have a boiling batch of goodness. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our hops to this. This is just a full boil hop. The sole purpose is to provide bittering. This is also going to help to preserve it. Dried hops come in these little pellets. Okay. It smells very citrusy, spicy. But these will break down into their leaf components and everything, and there's about an ounce of the pellets in there. So off these guys go. In you go. And the rest of your friends. Alright. Give this a quick stir. A bucket of sanitizing solution. Alright, we're going to let these guys boil for a full hour.